quite some boat, I gotta say. I can actually see me, that is gorgeous. I'm bathed in teak. It's really a nice cruising setup. This is really super. Everything is just right. Hi there, this is Captain Q and my old sailing buddy Randy. Join us as we travel hither and yon as we look for some great deals on classic boats and learn a little with each one.
Hey, Captain.
Randall, where are you?
There you are.
There you are, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming down here to Brownell Boat Transport Yard. A lot of amazing boats are stored here, and today we're going to see a gentleman's yacht.
Oh.
What makes it a gentleman's yacht? It's the fact that it's going to be comfortable for a gentleman or gentlewoman to bring aboard friends and crew and to go out for a nice day sail on a really nice, strong sailboat. That's what we're going to see. It's a Bristol 33.3, and we don't have to go very far to see it.
Okay.
It's right.
Hey everybody, I wanted to interrupt this episode to make an important announcement, which is that this is the last Captain Q show. We've gotten a lot of amazing heartfelt messages and questions. Is Captain Q okay? How's he doing? What's going on? Captain Q's okay. He's just going to be retiring from the channel. It's a little sad and disappointing for, I think, all of us, because it's been a really fun ride these last 3 years. But I guess that would then beg the question, what is next for the channel? When I started this channel 3 years ago, I pitched the idea to Captain Q of doing something educational and a little bit of fun around old sailboats and trying to find a good deal. And my mission was really to lower the barriers of entry to getting out of the water. I'm going to stay true to that mission and hopefully provide some fuel for those dreams that you might have of getting out of the water, and I hope more people can enjoy that experience that I've been fortunate enough to have. Over the next few weeks and months, we'll be retooling a little bit to try to develop more content. You've seen a few previews of some of the content that I've been working on with some experts in the field, and I hope to bring you more experts and more sailors. I want to say a special thanks to our Patreon supporters, because the practicality of the finances of traveling and shooting and gear and production and the expense of it all really wouldn't have been possible without your support. So special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters, past and present. I know a lot of you stuck with us for years, and some of you just for a few weeks. Every little bit has helped. To our frequent commenters and occasional commenters, or anyone that's interacted, I really appreciate it, because the engagement and the questions and the comments have all been fuel for building this community that's just this wonderful place that's incredibly positive, and that positivity fuels the fires to go out and create more things that are interesting. Will hopefully give you that spark that you need to get out there and enjoy what it is to be out on the water. So with that said, I'll take us back to the final Captain Q episode, and stick around for the end, because there'll be a little montage for that'll be a little fun for you. Thanks everyone.
Here, she's 1986 Bristol 33.3, designed by Dieter Empacher. The blue hull.
Ooh.
Okay, classic New England blue blazer blue hull, and it's so crystal clear. I can actually see me on the Captain Q hat up there, perfectly defined. Now that's what I call a yacht finish. She's lovely, and she does have
The gold cove stripe.
the gold cove stripe. We like that so much. It's such a handsome combination.
That tow rail is gleaming from here, too.
It is. It's a giant comb. That's a giant tow rail, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like the one that came off of the Little Harbor 59 that we looked at,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
it?
right.
Now, she suffered the slings and arrows of oily waters up here in New England, and we need to address this someday.
You just need to clean your boots.
You've got to clean your boots. This man has certainly got to be a cruiser mentality. Her bottom is not so pristine that he's going to get every last ounce out of a knot. Okay, there's a number of layers of paint on here. I bet there could be three layers of paint on here, and it's getting tired and starting to chip off. That's going to lose a a little boat speed. He's not going to care, and nobody on board with him will tell the difference whether they're doing 6.8 or 6.6. They won't tell the difference. Here's the bump for his transducer for his depth sounder. I've got a little weep hole here. I'm not certain what that's for. It could be water intake. We are in
For the head, maybe?
the area of the head, and I've got two large exhausts here, and one may be for the natural pumping, and one may be coming out of the holding tank. I'm guessing. I don't know what else you need it for. Now the keel on here, she's got a nice long track there that'll give her good stability, good tracking, and it won't even have to fuss with the centerboard. And there is a centerboard down under there. Further aft here, more intakes probably for, this could be the raw water engine intake, but we've got a lot of paint build up here. Not the end of the world. The cruiser guy doesn't care. He just doesn't care that much. But he does care enough to put a maxi prop on here, because that's a big loser if you don't. If you just put a 3-bladed fixed prop on there. But this maxi prop will spin depending which way you're backing up or going forward.
Looks like it has one of those speed coatings on there, too.
I think it does. Good eye. It does, because this is relatively unscathed, isn't it? It does have a big fat zinc on the end, though. And that's still pretty good for another season, I would guess. She's called the Trade Winds, and I'm not certain what they traded for it, but this is a serious barn door rudder back here. And they've elected for some reason to put a stalling plate down here, and that's to help keep water from rolling off of it and keep this from stalling. I don't know if that was original design or just an uptick to help it perform better. But from what I've heard about the owner, I think he's done everything he could to make the boat right to sail, with no issues.
Would you blast it?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure. If you own a boat like this, it's short change to go ahead and do that. You really wouldn't want to just paint over this stuff. Her bilges are very slack here. Boom. And she'll carry 100 gallons of water and I think about 46 gallons of fuel to run her Westerbeek diesel. And the diesel, I think we heard very small hours, 400 hours. We do have a paddle wheel here that actually spins and is not the foster home for half of the barnacles in the bay. She's deep. She's going to mush like crazy. She's going to be comfortable as hell with her wide belly, and I think we're going to find systems up on deck that are going to make it very easy to sail. Short-handed. When I say short-handed, maybe Mom and Dad get on the boat and invite Dick and Jane to come with them.
Yeah.
So, what do you say we take a look at it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on up again.
Oh, thanks.
Wow, this is quite some boat, I gotta say. The designer is Dieter Empacher, who came from Germany, I think around 1963, and went to work for Ted Hood, co-designing with him a number of boats, and so forth. And often the little harbors, when you see them, they have a similar sort of window, kind of a slanted window in the cabin. It's just a small earmark for a designer. This boat was built in 1986, and Dieter had gone out on his own. He had left Ted around 1982 and hung his own shingle and started doing his own individual designs. So that's probably the period when this was designed for Bristol yachts, and it was built not in Taiwan, but it was built in good old US of A, America. So she's similar for people that follow the Bristol boats. They came out with a 35.5, which was quite popular, but they wanted to tune it up a little bit. So with a 33.3, they have broadened the stern here, so you have a much more comfortable wheel station, okay? And there are a number of different planes here. I'm not certain where all you want to sit. First of all, the floor down here is tilted, so if I'm, heeling over to starboard, I can stand straight with my feet like so. Then they've got another platform here, and I don't know if you want to stand here or if you want to sit down low, and you could. Let me just try sitting low. Maybe I won't be able to get up. But this is kind of nice, actually, sitting down this low, because you really have a good shot up at your Jenny and the water going by and any competitors out here, and anything happening on the other side of the boat, you leave to the crew to say, hey, watch out. So this is interesting. And of course, there's still a platform here to park your bum, and I would always grab a cushion and stick it there and sit up high. So lots of room, and a lot of room to maneuver back here, whether you've got your foulies and boots on and everything. Her wheel is elegantly bathed in elk hide. Remember our buddy Mr. Elk?
Poor elk.
That poor elk guy. There's not much left of him, is there? Nice big Ritchie compass here. Start system's over here, all encased, and a place to slide open for your key there. And then shut that when you're out sailing. And you've got a start button and a kill button there. Beside me here, I have a tank which, a hole rather. Let's see if we get this popping open. And I'm not certain what you want to use this for, but it looks like it does have a drain hole in it down here. And so I'm suspecting this might have been for the standard propane tank.
Just noticing the fair leads here in this little stern piece.
Oh yes, it is nice. And it'll come through from any number of directions comfortably and will land right on your cleat and keep all the lines out of the way of the cockpit. So you're not dancing around them. We've got a flagstaff back here. We never mentioned that, but it's nice to carry your ensign when you're out sailing and tell them what country you're from.
You've got a bicep maker over here.
Well, we do, and properly set up with the handle come out here like so. And there's a big locker here. Big garage possibilities. I can't tell you how important this is. See how wide these wooden steps are? A lot of times they put out these ladders with just have stainless rods, footholds for it. Have you ever tried to step on that when your feet are wet, and how hard that puts pressure right there in the middle of your foot?
Yeah.
It's really painful. This is just nice. It's tidy. It's the way things are done.
This is a good model for how to stow your boat for the winter.
Oh, it's precise. Yeah, it's really picky-poo clean.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have, just need to check the gas on this, if this is CNG or, that could be a propane tank on its side.
I don't think it is because I don't see a drain hole.
Hold on. It is CNG. Okay, compressed natural gas. So you don't need to have the drain hole. It's a compressed natural gas.
And why don't you have to have the drain hole?
Because the gas that comes out will rise up. Look at the size of this hatch. It's really wide open here. Going to be able to get up and down, and it's straight sides, so the boards aren't going to fall out if you heel over. It says something's missing here, didn't we? What's missing? And there's nothing up here. How do they trim the mainsail?
Oh, right.
And then sharp-eyed Randall said, doink, right there. And this is a single point of trim for the main sheet. They don't need the incremental changes of a traveler that a traveler will give you, and they can get a certain amount of that. They can get a certain amount of that trim using the vang. By vanging down your boom, you in effect kind of haul down the boom a little bit, which is what you would do with a traveler. And a lot of times, they would put the traveler right up here for your crew to handle, you know, the sheet, and that's nice. But it's a lot more lines. But so what they've done here is they've uncluttered the cockpit
See,
with
we've
long
got
hands.
a special cable winch here.
Yes, this is our highly visible centerboard winch. Here's the control for it right here. You're going to crank it one way or the other, and it will just stop wherever you stop cranking. And if you want to let it down, you reverse crank it, and it'll come out. And that's a nice safety feature too, because suddenly, if you push that button, if there were one, the board could take off and slam down, which wouldn't be good. It could also cause damage to the crew member. So you can see the line stoppers coming back here to trim to this Barlow 16 or Variant 16, whatever we have here. Everything's right here. The Ray Marine instrumentation of where everybody can see it from the cockpit. It's really a nice cruising setup, and we got a lot of room. And the bow seems a million miles away to me.
Yeah.
This is a big 33-footer. Should we head up toward the bow?
Yeah, let's go.
Why don't you follow me? I've just moved up with about a 30-inch walkway coming alongside. You can see the nice long track here for the gentleman to be sheeted inside the lifelines. There's no track right on the tow rail. We do have a nice embedded center hawse hole there for your breast lines.
That's ready for a cruise ship.
That's serious. That's good. It's major bolted down. Nice tan non-skid, and it has not a lot of tooth, but a pretty good tooth to it, but not painful. You could sit on that with bare legs. You're not going to hurt yourself.
What about bare bottom?
Nice big broad workable foredeck. And the bow piece on this, I just feel like we're on that little harbor 65 we were on.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's really rugged, and the pulpit is not going to move. Some of these things sometimes wiggle like crazy. It's got a Lumar winch up here.
Or is that a capstan?
Well, Lumar, we'll go with Lumar capstan. And all your line, he's got the system that I like too, for the most part, is chain going up to nylon road, okay? There's no Staso gear up here. It's going to be a jib and a main. Jib's on a roller furler. The main will be on the in-mast furling system. And that's it. How clean. Nice, neat, and tidy, easy day sailor. Come on aft, and I'm going to invite you below deck if you'd like.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
Randy, I'm down below. Come on down. Oh, you were right there.
Wow.
What do you think?
This is surprises me a bit.
I'm bathed in teak, varnished, beautifully varnished teak. We say this about so many boats, but everything in here is just beautifully done. It's subtle. The gloss, the matte finish on the varnish, looks like it came out of a machine. I mean, everything is just right.
I can't get over the condition. There's not a scratch or a nick or a stain.
The size of this boat, and the quick comparison for us, for example, is going back to the little Pace Ship 32-footer that we looked at, and one of my little boats from way back when, and you could fit two of those in here. Now, we do have an 11-foot beam. She's 26 feet on the waterline, which is actually a hair shorter than the Pace Ship, but this beam goes a lot further aft, and it's going to give her a little more form stability too for her as she goes through the water. She looks really lovely under sail. The mast is stepped on the keel right below here. Handrails overhead. Need those on every boat. And do you know what this pipe is right here, Randy?
Oh, I think I do.
Go for it.
I think that's your centerboard cable.
You got it. You got it. Okay. Now this table, speaking of cables, let's talk about a table. How nice is this? I've just put it down here temporarily, but it's sitting on 3 legs, and it's hinged right here. And I'm gonna put it up and away in just a second, see how we do with that. What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll start it going up. And the legs sit out. And these legs, there's probably a much tidier way to do that, but those slide right down on little adjustable pins there. Just got Sea Dog very excited. And put that in like so.
I think Sea Dog passed out.
She did pass out. She'll do that on occasion. And this just hinges up, and we have a bolt here, a pin for it to line up with. There it goes, and I have a little wheel to screw onto that. Now, for my first time effort, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
How many digits are left?
I've got all the digits this time, and there have been some of these tables that have almost taken another one or two. Look at the space we have in here. Just, picture yourself off on a nice little cruise, and you tie up with some other boats, and everybody says, come down and have a drink. Fold down half the table, make a little bar for yourself, and there's a lot of room to move around, chat. These settees are really wide. They do not pull out, but they're plenty wide as they sit right now, and you can pop those cushions away.
How about your headroom?
There we go. What do we have? Coming forward.
Yeah, right there.
Right about there?
Yeah.
With our hat on, I don't know, the 3, so we're 6'4". We have a nav station that looks generous. And I'm going to slide in here for a minute and get quite comfortable. And I have a quarter berth behind me. Oh, we haven't looked at a nav station table for a while, have we, for some reason? Ooh, what do we think? It's pretty good.
That's what I would expect from these owners.
It's pretty good, exactly. Everything's in place. They've got little trays for everything. The charts are right here. Protractors right there. Everything's all set. And he's got a log book. Keep track of where he's been and where he's going. North Star, this is his, North Star has a GPS system, I believe, on here. Let's take a peek. Should we take a look behind here, see how it's wired?
I have a feeling I'm going to be envious.
Let's just see what we find here. Come on, puppy. See if it comes down nicely for me. There we go. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Tidy. This whole boat is just tidy, tidy, tidy.
Super tidy. There's a pro something in there. It must be looks like an inverter in there, possibly. So I've got a good-sized quarter berth here. Trust me, it's deep and it's wide, and the ceilings are beautifully varnished over here. It's going to be a great place to sleep off watch. So we like this. The Rande, there's 2 pins. This is a really stable ladder, which is a critical number 1. And I don't want to disassemble the whole thing, but there's 2 push pins like that down below and 2 up above. And there's a Westerbeek engine, which has got to be practically brand new.
I think they said like 450 hours.
Accessibility, we'll have to find some other traps to get down in there. Maybe from that starboard sail locker. I think you'll be able to get to the back end.
Yeah.
And find the stuffing boxes and your ray cores. We did see that the expansion tank for the engine was located in that locker, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's the ray core. Okay.
And how would you get to it?
So probably starboard locker.
Well, we have 1 sink. We're only on 33 footers, so that's plenty. But you could put your baby in there. Look at the size of that. That's plenty deep. Again, some things just don't change from one boat to another, but this is a pretty nicely done, ubiquitous pot and pan storage. Sliders, we like them when they slide. Now, you don't want to get too much stuff in here that you have to access while you're cooking, because you're bending right over the stove, right? But, of course, you have to get the basic food out for the meal. But condiments and other things. We have a it was there a minute ago. 3-burner compressed natural gas stove. And we like that because it's not going to blow the boat up, right?
Yeah. Although a little bit harder to find CNG globally, right?
It is. So you don't go global.
Okay.
Just stay around. Nice size ice box. And you know what I don't see? This is ice. This is pure ice. There's no refrigeration in this box.
Okay.
Again, these people, I'm going to guess, are really day cruisers, weekend cruisers. You put a couple 100 pounds of ice in there, and you can go for a couple of weeks probably with that. And it's probably very well insulated, nicely gasketed. That's good. And nice tight fit. So, symmetrical sort of thing for the storage here in the lockers. Just like the other side, nothing different, and it's all clean. Look at the outboard. Look at the ceiling inside the hull. Opening port and starboard. We have a nice spot here for you know what, Randy.
Oh, a nice stove.
Yeah, a little stove that would live there nicely, and a lot of people turn this into. Oh, while you're in here, actually, can you spot the chain plate?
Oh yeah.
See the chain plate there? That looks pretty smart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the best part about it is you can see it. You want to be able to see your chain plates easily. Behind me, I have a mystery door here. What was that one? What's the mystery? He asked.
What is the mystery?
The mystery is the head. And it's one of our good old-fashioned twofers with storage, single sink, pressure water, kind of a shower here. The shower drains down in the bin down here. They've stashed the toilet paper so it'll stay dry, and have an adequate mirror. We'll say an adequate mirror, and we still have headroom in here too. Okay? Boink with the hat. I still have 3 inches on top of the hat, but I'm going out this door.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Who's there?
Guess who?
Oh, come in. Come in. I came through the other head. See, we have a twofer here. Did I mention that?
You did.
Oh, okay. Nice hatch for air here. It's nice to test these things sometimes just to see if it really does bring air in. A good seat to put your shoes on. 33-foot boat. If I close this door, I have lots of knee room. I'm not going to swing anything in here, but it's gorgeously finished, and you really feel like you're in the lap of luxury on this weekender almost, the way she's set up. Very nicely done.
Would you take this across an ocean?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything that comes out from the pen of Ted Hood or Dieter Embecker, whatever, you're going to take out. They're solid boats. They're really solid boats. She's a centerboarder. Some people say, oh, I want a keel boat. No, she's going to be fine. She's beamy enough. She'll do something. I think she's got a pretty good capsize rating too. Should we check this?
Sure.
I might be the first person that's laid down in this bunk. I don't know. It looks unlaid. And oh, there we go. Scrunch down a little bit. This is nice. It's interesting that there's no port light in this section of the cabin trunk. I think that would have been nice for a little more natural light.
Or maybe a handhold too.
Notice there's no break in the bulkhead ahead, so there's no dampness or moisture going to come in from the chain locker. And there are ventilated sliders up here for your clothes. So I like that little rattan in there. Business, a little straw.
Maybe I should leave you alone. Take us a little snooze.
Oh, good idea.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Good idea.
All right.
Randy,
night.
thank you for coming aboard. And I don't know, bring me some iced tea.
Bye.
This particular boat we saw today is a Bristol 33, and we're really impressed sitting back at the wheel station, the helm station, which had been broadened, by the way, from an earlier design of the 35.5 to make it more comfortable, and it was commodious. You could have both your grandkids with you, and they could all learn to steer and sail the boat. The systems were simplified. Below decks was spacious. We had a good old twofer, and I can tell you the forepeak was comfortable. I can tell the boat's been floating because her bottom paint's getting tired. So we're going to give her a 10, right?
Yeah.
We're going to give her another 20 because it comes from the land of Hood and Embacher, and beautifully designed. I'm going to give her another 10 on top of that because it's a Bristol built in the old US of A. And she gets another 10 for incredibly well maintained. We're going to give her a couple of points for the chart table, right?
Yeah.
So what are we at, 52?
Yep.
52, that's it, for a Bristol 33.3 built in 1986, and just handsome as could be, a boat designed for a gentleman and his lady, or a gentle lady and her man. Welcome, Randy. This is the boat I've been telling you about for so long, for a couple of years now. And there was a sign on it that said $1,000.
How's that concussion?
I don't know. They've got tons of stories. Look. Nope.
Ow. No way.
Ow. That's really hurt me. Okay, pal. We're almost done here, but I gotta show you the
I
head.
just hit my head one more time.
Ow. And, leaning back and being very... What we just discovered here. Ow. Beside my head.
We just discovered the back of your skull.
You can't open this one because if you notice they've taken all the... Whoops.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to see around the corner. Ow. I know you're recording, Dave.